So I've already talked about a few points of this reference photo that I think that students would struggle with, specifically the eye, the fin shape, tail fin shape, maybe even the whole body shape might be something good for them to practice. So using my elements of shape, I am looking and I can create an idea of, okay, what basic shape do I have for the fish body? That's a basic oval. So we can have that as one of the warm-up exercises. The tail fin, it is it's kind of a curved line up, a curved line down and back. You could even relate it to a nice geometric shape like a triangle. Same for the fins, sort of a triangular shape. Notice that they're not pointy and sharp or angled. They're not they're not actually an angle line. So it's a nice curve line that creates the contour, the outside edge of that fin. The eye is a round dot, and there is a round circle around that dot. And then there's this mouth. I'm looking at this mouth and I'm seeing like some angle lines here and here. So if you want to, make a couple of copies of your reference photo. This is just a copier image. And you can kind of draw over it to get an idea of what kind of shapes you are looking at, breaking it down that way. So to start, remember our warm-up exercises go in the top box here, leave this row blank, and then another set here. So, we could start real simple, do the eye. So I'm looking at the eye. I see a circle and then a slightly bigger circle around it. Now, of course, this circle is colored in to make it a dot. So I'm going to take some time to color that in. Notice I'm doing this all with a pencil. If you want to get super fancy, you could even take a look. There's like a little curved line underneath the eye circle. Slight curved line going over it. Kind of reminiscent of our eye shape. Boom. Doesn't have to be fancy. Just a little warm up for you and your students. Now let's go on to this fin shape here. This is just a diagonal line that curves and goes back down. We can even draw this line here for the top of the body. So we can draw that top of the body line. And then there's that diagonal curved line and curve down. We'll do the same right here. Curve and down. Boom. And then let's do a tail fin for the next one. Now you might want to actually do a little bit of the body here. So I'm going to do a little line there, line there. And then this is a big diagonal line that curves down. So here I'm going to diagonal line stop. You can even do that bottom one. So it's almost horizontal, but it's a slight diagonal curve. And then it's hard to see in my image, but there's a little curve here that meets this curve here. So sort of right in the middle. Sort of right in the middle is where they meet. Boom. And then you can always see how there's like the spotted fish body ends right here, and then it's all tail fin. You could even draw that little separation line. Whoop. Right there. Let's take a look at this mouth. Let's see if we can figure this mouth out. So I am going to start with the eyeball because it'll be nice to have a point of reference. I'm going to imagine my square going around this whole area. So if that's my square, my eye shape is going to be here. This is my dot. Here's my circle. Now right underneath it is that first diagonal line that I see. It's like a big thick shape. I'm going to just draw a angle line. And then I'm going to add a curved line and back. What I did right there is I simplified it. I just went straight across to the end of the mouth and then drew that little curved line there. That's what happened there. Now what I can do is I can extend this diagonal line up, curve it around. I'm not even going to worry about this stuff right now. I know that the tongue of the fish is here and the other side of the mouth is there. I'm not going to worry about that. I'm just going to focus on this big old basic shape that I see. Boom. There. It could be something super simple like that. If you want to leave that, then what you can do is in this one, repeat it. So I'm going to have my eye dot, eye circle, angle line that curves down. Curve this one back up this way. And in this one, you're actually going to build off of this shape, what you had drawn here, and draw this last piece here. If you want to get fancy, you don't have to. So I'm actually going to draw that tongue part first, and then the other side of the mouth. There. Okay, so for the rest of the warm-up practice page, you could just do simple things like the basic shape of the body is an oval with a little triangle on the end. You could do that shape again, but add on to it maybe this time that fin shape. Maybe this time you add a tiny little dot, little circle, and yeah, that angle line for the mouth. And then turn that into the fish body and add a tail and a fin. Maybe even add, well, there are 2 fins on the bottom. Boom, boom. And then these guys. So you could just see how sometimes it's nice to give students and even yourself a little scaffolding. Start with something simple, have them repeat that simple shape and line, but add something to it, and then add another element. Keep kind of layering it. All right, good luck, have fun.